You are about to watch a preview of a Sopography film, and if you would like to watch the full film and over 600 others, please head to www.sopography.co.uk and become a member. Jim,
Look.
You're away, hurry up. Run, that's it, run.
I was really hoping the next time I was talking to this camera was going to be with a big grin on my face. Unfortunately, it isn't.
Oh, mate. So, do you know what? You go for a walk and things change, don't it? You go from doom to gloom, innit?
I lost the fish. I got took out by a speedboat yesterday. I think we mentioned that, but we've got a big wind on. Just going out in a boat is hard enough, but you know, with a fish attached, with the trailing line, it was just a nightmare, the whole thing.
I've cast out and this rod has only been out maximum 2 minutes.
Find them, bait them, catch them. Is that what he's going to say?
Cheers, Elliott.
I took the words out of your mouth. Come on, let's let it go. I want to catch one as well. Look at that. All I wanted was a carp from this lake, but that is a bit special and more than I could ever have hoped for. It's always nice to wake up in the morning with a carp under your belt, but unfortunately for us, that wasn't the case. And although we'd gone to bed with high hopes, we awoke in the morning to motionless rods. But another beautiful morning.
The buzz of the first night, and you work like hell, and then you want to lay down, shut down. But it's really hard to turn off. Just laying there. And then all of a sudden it was just, call it the silence. It was just smashed by this absolutely massive ginormodon. And I was just shouting at Elliott, "Did you hear that?" And he heard it, he was still awake. It was probably only 20 minutes, half an hour after we laid down. Then there was another one, Elliott heard that, I didn't, because I was getting something. And then you just think, they're still here, they're still here. Not pasties. The chance is here now. Apart from a few bleeps here and there, weird occurrences, nothing. But I got up first, sitting there watching, just watching for shapes, just the odd little roll of something at extreme range. But all is quiet, 100%, and we'll just see how the day goes. We've had a little talk about what we're going to do. We're definitely going to redo the rods. I think we're going to come shorter, maybe, some of the rods. It's when you've got, what we got, 2 nights left. Let's see what happens. At least we're on them. He's burnt his neck, his arms and his knees. Yeah. So, no, I just wore a cap. Yeah. But yeah, he's like he's on his menstrual cycle, Elliott.
No, it's not.
It's just like, you know, it's unreal, mate. I'm gonna have to mark this date down on the calendar, and then, like, when you want to film, if you want to film again, right, like, avoid that next month, you know, like, so you do it the week before, the week after.
As the morning passed, the wind grew stronger, and before long, there were white cat waves crashing into the swim. The wind was pushing past us and down the arm, and with that in mind, we started to wonder if maybe we should move swims. Jim was happy to stay, I was happy to stay, but in all honesty, I was getting itchy feet. Jim, however, was confident we'd get a bite, and no sooner had we finished the conversation than one of my rods was away.
That's out the clip.
Getting out to the fish was an absolute nightmare. Engine on full bore, wind blowing me all over the place. It was crazy. I'd never experienced anything like it, but I did as best as I could to slowly and safely get myself out there towards where the fish was. Jim did his best with a camera. We both had our fingers crossed that we were about to meet our first carp from this incredible lake.
I was really hoping the next time I was talking to this camera was going to be with a big grin on my face. Unfortunately, it isn't. I lost the fish. I got took out by a speedboat yesterday. I think we mentioned that, but got took out by a speedboat. It cut one of the rods off, and sure enough, that trailing line has caused me all sorts of problems. It was looped over my line as I was going out there, which was a massive concern. You know, the wind is savage. We've got a big wind on. Just going out in a boat is hard enough, but you know, with a fish attached, with the trailing line, it was just a fucking nightmare, the whole thing. That line, that trailing line has cost me, you know, and we had a fear that it might, but it's cost us in the worst way possible, you know, so the fish is gone. Took me a long time to get out there, you know, battling against the wind with the trailing line, causing me problems all the way out there. I did manage to bite through it, didn't have scissors in the boat. I got out to the fish, you know, I got right out there, it was taking line from me, it was like stripping. It felt like a good fish, it really did, the whole time. You know, that boat is heavy, and with the wind pushing me back down the lake, you know, that fish is holding ground, pulling the boat, taking line, you know, it felt like it really did feel like a good one. Was it? I don't know, and I'll never know, but I'm fucking gutted. That's all I can say, you know, I am absolutely gutted. How did I lose it? The trailing line basically had gone round the hook link. I've had it so many times over the years. You lose a fish when your fish you're playing goes through someone else's line. Once that line makes it down onto the hook, under tension, you know, it just pulls the hook out. Like it would if you're unhooking a carp. You grab hold of the hook, you pull it out. That's what that trailing line can do, and that's what's just happened. So I've taken shelter under this little canopy thing for 5 minutes out. But yeah, like, you know, as losses go, that's a shame. This lake is massive, the challenge is massive, and you know, we're up against it here. We ain't got much time. 3-4 days here on a lake like this you don't know anything about. It's massive, and the challenge is equally as large. So a bit heartbroken really, I really am. I don't like losing fish, none of us do, but you know, losing that one, the first bite, it's just a shame. After all that ordeal, I got so close to it, to the point, like, you know, I'd turn the engine off, and I was thinking, right, it's done now. The leader was all onto the spool, was just waiting for the lead cord to pop up. I just felt that little ping, and I thought, have I lost it? And then obviously there was still tension there, and I thought, no, it's just pinged off the dorsal or whatever. But over the next 5 or so seconds, as I winched it up, I could just tell it was gone, sure enough. I was expecting either a big head to come out of the water, or my rig attached to something, and sure enough, it was the rig with no fish attached. So yeah, I'm pretty heartbroken, but it's wiped all my rods out. I think I've got one left in the water. I took a couple of Jims out as well. It's been a total nightmare. The boat propeller was jammed full of braid because that got caught up on the way out. It couldn't have gone any worse really, and it was all because of that trailing line. So yeah, if I said I was angry with that speedboat guy yesterday, we told him so many times, don't come through the swim. Sure enough, he did. Yeah, hopefully his boat sinks, but for now, it's back to square one. No rods in the water, massive wind. Don't know how I'm going to get them back out. Just time to sulk, I think. But yeah, what a shame. What a shame.
Elliott's lost the carp. I'm down half a spool of braid. I got 2 rods out. He's got 1. So I thought I'll reel the closest rod in. Got it coming and it snagged up. So I'm just thinking, did you think matey cut you off? I didn't actually notice. So maybe matey's down there in the boat. So I've now got to go out and free a lead. I've nearly got back, at least 3/4 way back to me. So Elliott's rod there, which would be the left-hand rod now, because my furthest left-hand rod has been pulled in. I can't wait to watch him reel that in. But maybe, Elliott, you should talk to the camera again and tell them what's happened. Because you've only just cheered up, haven't you?
I have told them what's happened.
You've only just cheered up, haven't you?
No, I'm still not cheered. I'm still ain't cheered up.
All right, okay. So we need to get the rods ready, and then look, we've got white caps, and this is a lull. We've got white caps. So what took 5 hours to get these rods out, it's going to take longer, because it's going to take longer to go out in the wind. Easier to come back, I suppose, but I'm just dreading when it's my turn to listen to him on the phone, and it'll be things like, tighten it up, and all of that. So I was actually thinking what I might do is do my rods, my last 2 rods, leg it down to the local, what would you call it, brasserie?
Yeah.
Pub brasserie, and go and get some mine warp, which is Bitburger. Right, maybe I'll have 4 quarts, which equals a pint. I might see if I've got a pint mug and just serve me a pint. They'll probably go, no, but I'll go, whew, and then come down here and sort this out. Look, it's blowing even harder now.
You better go do your rod.
Yeah, and you just want to film me, didn't you? Right, I'm going. Cut. Right. What do I need?
Having lost the fish, we were down in the dumps. The rods were wiped out. The wind was so strong that getting the rods back out was going to be almost impossible. We decided to reel in the remaining rods, go down the pub, have a beer, and try and cheer ourselves up.
We're going down the pub. I ain't seen a capybara or a warthog. I've seen a fucking wolf. Look at this down here. Come on, come down here. Mate, it's fucking huge. Never seen a wolf. It's like on my bucket list. Where's it gone? I have to hunt it. It's gone down there on that path. We'll go that way. Look, we've got to see this, mate. Oh my God, look at that cloudy water. Mate, it's disappeared. I ain't joking. It's fucking huge. You're gonna shit yourself.
So we're going to the pub. We're now going dog hunting.
This is depressing me. All right, look, I know you think this is gonna be like an attention-seeking thing, but trust me, it's the biggest dog I've ever seen. It looks like a fucking huge wolf. We've definitely got to get it on film. Mate, we were only round the corner from it. Yeah, look, restaurant, they're actually eating.
We were walking a while, haven't we?
Yeah. We're going on Elliott's scenic route.
Better to walk by the water than just along some dodgy road.
Maybe. I've seen an edge. There's a flipping swimming pool there. We can have a wash later tonight, look.
He is right. Tell us what's just happened.
Oh, mate. It's like, do you know what? You go for a walk and things change, don't it? You go from, well, it's like doom to gloom, innit? Or gloom to doom.
Gloom to doom.
Oh, whatever.
No, doom
Right,
to gloom.
let's start it
and then
again.
back
Right.
to doom.
Hopefully you enjoyed what you've just seen, and as I said at the start of this video, if you'd like to watch this film in its entirety, please head over to www.supography.co.uk and join today.